The struggle is real for many Americans. In fact, a new survey from Discover Personal Loans reveals that 80% of American consumers are anxious about their financial situation. And that financial stress stems from not feeling prepared or equipped to handle life events like job loss, unexpected emergencies, or an economic downturn. Here to share tips to help prepare for the unexpected is Dan Nickele, Vice President of Discover Personal Loans. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you for having me, Laura.
Now let's talk about that survey. What do you find most surprising?
So, Discover Personal Loans conducts this survey every year. I think the thing I find most surprising is how consistent the results have been. You mentioned the headline 80% of Americans feel some amount of financial anxiety. And that's the same result that we've heard more or less for the last 3 years running. The top things on the list of factors contributing to that financial anxiety are not surprising at all. We see inflation and the high cost of everyday purchases. So I think those are things that we're all feeling the pinch on.
And when it comes to managing debt, can you break down where people are going wrong? What are their top misconceptions about debt?
The top misconception about debt is that people believe they can't do anything about it, that they're stuck in their situation. And in fact, in the survey, 1/3 of our respondents said they don't believe they'll ever get out of debt. Now, I'm far more optimistic. I believe that there's a lot that people can do. And I've seen success that people have if they deploy a combination of a budgeting strategy while also taking proactive steps to reduce the interest rate that they're paying on their debts.
Now, for those who are in total denial, even those who are avoiding looking at their bank account balance, can you give us some strategies to reduce that financial stress?
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there like that. In our survey, 41% of the Gen Z respondents said that they avoid looking at their bank statements and balances entirely. But unfortunately for them and for others like them, that is the only way forward here. You have to sort of go through the tried and true process of creating a budget. And once you understand all of the money that's going in and all of your expense line items, you can start to pick each one apart and ask the question of, can I eliminate this? Or if not, can I at least reduce it? There's often things that you can do to negotiate the rate you're paying on your insurance, or perhaps consider another provider. You have to create some breathing room so that you can either build up an emergency fund if you don't have debt, or redeploy some of that additional budget towards debt so that you can get out of it sooner.
Dan, can you share which loans work best for big expenses, whether they're planned or unplanned financial burdens?
Yeah, those unplanned expenses just seem to come in batches, right? So even if you had an emergency fund, it might need to be depleted when your water heater goes out and you don't have a choice but to fix that. So in those situations, there are some loan options that might be worth considering. And a personal loan is a type of loan that can be used for that reason. So a personal loan is a lump sum that you would repay in monthly installments, and it comes with a fixed interest rate.
And what factors should we consider when choosing a personal loan provider?
It's really important to look for a competitive rate, but also find a lender that has other great features, and you want to avoid fees. So one of the top fees to look out for is called an origination fee. An origination fee comes off the top of your loan. So if, for example, you took a loan for $20,000, an origination fee of $2,000 would mean you only get $18,000 in your pocket, but you have to repay the full $20,000 with interest. And so I'm proud to say Discover Personal Loans does not charge an origination fee. And in fact, we also don't charge any prepayment penalties. So if you're able to pay it off sooner, you can without any additional costs.
That is fantastic. Learn how to get the money you need to make things happen. Learn more at discover.com/personal loans. Dan, we thank you so much for sharing these valuable insights and tips.
Thank you for having me.
And we thank you for joining us on San Diego Living. We'll see you next time.